Hello. Let's look at how we can express the future in English. This can be a particularly confusing part of the language for learners, but there are ways of making things simpler. Do you have problems using the correct structures to express the future in English? There are various ways of expressing the future, and these are some typical examples you might come across at an intermediate level. We're going to look at the basic forms. See why some learners may get confused with their structure and use, and learn some tips about how to see things more clearly. First up, it's a good idea to do this. Unlike other languages, English does not have a future tense. We do not decline the form of the verb like we do with present or past simple. So, to help you better understand how to express the future, don't think of future tenses. Think of future forms. Before we start looking at some examples of future forms to analyze, these are some reasons why some learners have trouble with this part of the language. If you can understand this, it could help you. Firstly, there are various forms which express the future, and there may be different meanings for the same form. Secondly, a form which expresses the future can also express other non-future meanings. Now, just take a moment to think about that, and then we'll see some examples of what this means. So, let's start by looking at our old friend, the will plus verb structure. Now, as we've said, this structure may express different future meanings. For example, a prediction, it will be cold tomorrow, or a future fact, the sales will end tomorrow. Also, this structure is not only used to express the future. It could express, for example, an offer. I'll help you with that. A spontaneous decision. Okay, then we'll meet at 6 o'clock. Now, in this example, the future is being expressed. However, it has a different meaning, an extra meaning of being a decision made at the moment of speaking. A promise. I'll never let you down. Or even to express annoyance. Will you stop doing that? And so on. So, this is how future forms are often presented to you in a course book. And if you are starting to feel like this person, it's not surprising. But fear not. You're going to have the chance to try and work out some simpler rules for yourselves when you do the following activities. But before that, here's some good advice for you at this stage. In order to make things easier to understand, we're not going to focus on the will plus verb form for the moment, because, as you can see, this is what probably causes students most confusion. So, let's start by looking at the other basic structures which can express future meanings in English. Now you can do the following exercises.